Guiltiness rest on their conscience. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And they live a life of false pretense every day, each and every day. These are the big fish who always try to beat down the small fish. I say the small fish, I'll tell you what, they will do anything, anything to materialize your every wish. Oh yeah. But saying, woe to the dung pressers, they'll eat a bread of sad tomorrow. Woe to the dung pressers. Greetings. Pleasant good night to you all. Give thanks to be here. Blessed love. Being here tonight for me is very challenging. Being an artist. They say I shouldn't affiliate myself with a party. I always go in party and singing. This party is much different from the other parties. The joy in being here is the sign of change. Mr. Alexander, pleasant good night to you. You seem to be a sense of hope for the future generation to come, of which I have children growing up in this country, like we all do. So my representation is on behalf of all the mothers, all the fathers, all the brothers, all the sisters. We're losing young ones daily. The new pension plan age is 21. We need to do something about that. Do you agree? We're losing our sisters to vanity and carnalism. I write a song about it. Could I sing it for you? This is my contribution and my entertainment, all right? Take your time. Yeah. They tell me what's next. Cause I know that love is not just about sex. Tell me what's next. Cause I don't want you to take my love in the wrong context. Baby, what's next? After the bump and grind, after the sweetest flex, tell me what's next. And we should stop for a while and think and check. Cause you're living in a Hollywood dream and you're mashing up your self-esteem. You never pass a room in your heart. You even wash your own underwear clean. You never really value all the things that you should cherish. Never cook me food but the fingernail polish. Hope it's not a little bit of money where you're grabbing. Or make your pump and pose up till I make cabin for this cabin. Tell me exactly what is your purpose in my life. Cause I don't need a one night stand, I need a wife. And after this set I love it, dovey kiss. There will be a lot of poor nights after this. So I need to know from now if you love me for sure. Cause after tonight, girl, I'm gonna want more. And everybody know that you're pretty like a rose. But let me ask you this before you take off your clothes. Baby, tell me what's next. Cause I know that love is not just about sex. Tell me what's next. Cause I don't want you taking my love in the wrong context. Tell me what's next. After the bump and cry, after the sweetest. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? And next verse. Well, love is not just out in the bedroom with the chuki. Love is also in the kitchen where the foodie cookie. And could you help me with my Lord and make it lighten? Cause when a woman woman says she love me, I get frightened. I don't want to love of the world with your ritual. Cause love is spiritual first before physical. And could have brought it standing by the sidewalk. Don't go selling out your for cheap talk. Never that give it away because he wealthy. And plus you're only really wealthy when you're healthy. She says she want me release me copulation, but she never asks me what's my occupation. Eve make the same mistake in creation with Satan before the sensation. Baby, tell me what's next, cause I know that love is not just about sex. Tell me what's next. Bunks Malone. I wrote this for my sisters out in the world, hoping to bring a change and some sense of awareness. When I sing it once a prophet, what kind of song is that? Your break sing is a soft man. I say eyes are soft man. You rattle. You mean that? Girl, if I really get to spank you for a week, girl, you're gonna tell me thank you. Become me dreader than the Playboy rabbit. But first I need to know about all your bad habit, girl. Oh, yeah. Before we start with the pleasure, remember your heart is the greatest treasure, girl. Oh, yeah. Before we start to get on vigorous, let us ask the Most High to deliver us. And if you want a love that lasting and concrete, all in your old age, still lay in the front seat, with your grandchildren by your 2 feet, you and your gray hair, me and my 1 teeth. So before we start to entertain the bedroom war, let me ask you this once more. Would you tell me what's next? Cause I know that love is not just about sex. Tell me what's next, cause I don't want you taking my love in the wrong context. Tell me what's next, after the bump and grind, after the sweetest flex. Tell me what's next, and we should stop for a while and think and check. Thank you very much, Holy Emmanuel I Selassie, Jah Rastafari. Well, this song was written a while ago. Tonight it will serve its purpose, alright? So lend me your ears for a while, alright? Trinidad need waking up. Jaja giving them a shaking up. This country need waking up. Wanna see the earth start waking up. Trinidad need waking up. Jaja giving them a shaking up. This country need waking up. Certain people mouth need taping up. Innocent people are die from gunshot. If you standing by the corner. Man could marry to man, yes, but they won't legalize marijuana. I wonder if you know what you're doing. Opposition and the leader, from the decisions that they make, I could tell. I need we need waking up. Jaja giving them a shaking up. This country need waking up. Oh no, see the earth start waking up. Trinidad need waking up. Jaja giving them a shake. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Listen now. Tell your police boy if you run up in a parliament with the same attitude, start to kill cockroach from a side. Ones we got no gratitude, the ones that thief the money for we future and leave behind a set of hungry youth. Me not like what them do we. Watch how them treat the youths in you. We not see we need waking up. Jaja giving them a shaking up. This country need waking up. Wanna see the earth start waking up. Trinidad need waking up. Jaja giving them a shaking up. This country need waking up. This country need. Time for all unite. Time for stop all school fight. Time for show love to your brother. Stop killing out one another. I wonder if you know what you're doing. Opposition and the leader, from the decision that they make, I could tell them not know the most I need. We need waking up. Touch a giving them. Thank you very much. Holy Emmanuel. Blessed love. Now I'm feeling shy now. Where you say good vibes? All I love the people. Yeah man, good people. Mr. Alexander, I'm proud of you right here. Alright. Something a little more familiar. Yeah, yeah. Thoughtfulness. Kind. Patient. Devoted. Committed. Wow. The most beautiful woman my eyes ever seen just walked into my life. The most beautiful woman my eyes ever seen says she wanna be my wife. The woman of my fantasies just walked into my life. The most beautiful woman my eyes ever seen says she wanna be my wife. And I was sitting on my floor reading Exodus chapter 20, Selassie I know. Then I heard her knocking at my door. If you see the side of my face when I see what I saw, her beauty broke the laws of attraction. I never knew I would react with such reaction. Says she wanna give her whole heart to me. Oh, she not give me no fraction. Oh my, the most beautiful woman my eyes ever seen. My life, the most beautiful woman my eyes ever seen. Says she wanna be my wife. The woman of my fantasies just. Mr. Amaro, good night. This is my part. This is the part that I like, right? She's got this thing she do, make me feel so alive. She's got this thing she say, make me feel good inside. She's got this way about her, I've never seen such in another. And many wanna take a place, you're wasting time. Tell them don't bother, because that woman not only beautiful, that woman they're beautiful internally. When I listen to the things that she say to me, all of her words are maternally. Says she not deal without morality. Says she not deal if it's not reality. When she wrong, she says she wrong. She not deal. Wait. Pull up. On a serious note, we're here for change. How many women here tonight, when you're wrong, you just say you're wrong? True? Well, then we have a future. We definitely have a future together. Love. Well, say one tune before I leave. One more? Or could I leave now? One more? Get them something, man. Ooh, boy. I wonder if it's me she wants. Or if it's... I wonder if it's me she wants. Or PEP she wants. Hey, she wanted a pretty boy. I call them pretty boy. The woman says she wanted a pretty boy. Well, if it's not what you they want, then that's what you they want. She wanted a pretty boy fella. I call them pretty boy fella. The woman says she wanted a pretty boy fella. Well, if it's not what you they want, you should have said that. She end up with a real Congo. Say one of them real Congo. Say one of them real Congo bongo naughty trade. She end up with a real one. Say one of them real one. Say one of them ancient Congo bongo bobo. She end up with a man waiting to go Ethiopia. We give her strength and teach her faith and give her hope. No matter the tribulation, how it comes, he they cope. She end up with a man with one of the and one of the hope. Can frustrate the lion to hang himself upon the rope. Can frustrate the lion to take no snort from no coke. Can sight up how me rich, she find me pocket them broke. Say she can't take the bubble house full of smoke. I wonder if it's me she want, or if it's... Thank you so very much. Have a wonderful night. Love you all. Blessed love. Here she want. She wanted a pretty. Mash it up for the prophet there for me. Let me hear some noise. Prophet Benjamin, my brother, thank you very much. Thank you very much. On behalf of all of us, thank you very, very much, my brother. Mash it up for him there. Well done.
It's time for change. It's time we vote in PEP. Come on, let me fix it. We go fix it. Build a better TNT. Build a we go fix it. We go fix it. Because we vote in PEP.
Philip will fix it.
Vote PEP.
You very, very much. Standing on a stage that giants stood on tonight. Ay, ay, ay. I don't start to get heckled already. This crowd, police say, well, I pull out this crowd from. And now start. I want to say a special good night and thank you to Satish Ramsaran and Lakshman Ramrup and David Welch, among others, who are responsible for this happening. I want to say a special thank you to Felicia Holder and Indira Singawai, who have made this run almost without a hitch. And they deserve a round of applause too. The full team in the media tent, when Satish and Akhil make the little joke about the rest of the media that don't come, we don't need them anymore. We have our own media, Pep Media. Watch that. Give them boys a round of applause. And you'll get tired clapping, eh? Because let me tell you, and this week here, boy, I end up in a meeting with a fella who come to a meeting with us, and when they tell me that I have a meeting with this man, I'm hustling to get there and I reach late. And when I reach and I see him, I say I was in traffic and I'm waiting to see it to make this joke. How I reach late? Like I was coming from Maruga. My brother, Prophet Benjamin, you touched my soul. And tell you why. You came on board and you said all the right words in that meeting, that this is a we thing, this is us, and if we don't fix it, we're going to lose it. And that is true. And he said it again tonight, and I want to thank him for that. But there were giants on this stage tonight. Robert Amar is a giant. And I've said that for years. And I've known Robert Amar for decades now. And he's a giant, he's a trailblazer. Robert is a change maker and an agent of change. He is what they call in America a disruptor. And we needed more like him, not less. But we live in a country where the secret society controls what happens in our economy, in our politics, in our justice system. And that is what has to change. And for it to change, we need people like Robert Amar on board. It is an insult to this democracy that Robert Amar is not in that parliament, but them 41. I know they have children here tonight. But seriously, and before I get ahead of myself, to the people in the street, to the people on the vans, to all of you in the seats, to those standing up, give yourselves a round of applause. I am the least among the equals. All of you. I am the least. Anthony Saloom. For my name to come out Anthony Saloom's mouth is a blessing to me. Anthony Saloom could be enjoying the retirement of his 1% years. Look at him. Anthony didn't just put his mouth in the conversation, write a 2-letter to the editor. Anthony went down where the least of us live. He went to the homeless. And in a situation in a country where 31 years ago they couldn't find a place to put the homeless, they parked them in a car park for 6 months. 31 years ago. There is something wrong with our country. Tonight, and I want to tell him, I want to say to Randolph Barrett, thank you for walking up these stairs, brother. Randolph don't mix matters. Randolph don't politicize his pain. He doesn't let anybody politicize the name of that angel that was his daughter. And when Pauline, who is Sean Luke's mommy, asks to come tonight to say a few words, she said, but she can't do it unless Randolph walk with her. Because you see, Pauline nobody else know how she feel like how Randolph know how she feel. No parent should ever feel what Pauline and Randolph have had to feel. And this country has failed the children of the country for too long. I remember years ago sitting in a bar in Woodbrook with a bunch of media people, long before I even thought about getting into anything like politics. And I asked them, I said, y'all wouldn't believe this, eh? There was a time I was a media darling, you know. Before I went against the contract mafia and stood up against them publicly and exposed what really goes on in this country, the media loved me. I mean, I'm getting on in age, but there was a time I was prettier. And they used to like me on that TV show. I used to go and sit down with Hema and Fazir and whoever was on TTT at the time. And I held no office. I sat with these media people and I said, you know what I don't understand? I don't understand how you have so much power and you don't use your power for good. I don't understand. I don't understand why the Guardian, Express, and Newsday don't have on their front page every day a little simple question: who killed Akil Chambers? Every day. We should never forget Akil Chambers. Every parent in this country should gasp at the name Akil Chambers. What was done to that boy? Now, this is not a doom and gloom presentation. But if we and all of the $100 million president, prime minister, opposition leader, members of parliament, senate, mayors, regional corporations, CEOs, if all of these people, Speaker of the House, President of the Senate, if all of these people, if the $250 million a month public service, if the justice system, if the army, if the police, if the Coast Guard, if everybody we paying with taxpayers' dollars and feeding can mine and protect the children of this country, what are we doing? What are we doing? If all these little children here, and I'm telling you all, I am 55. I grew up on O'Connor Street in Woodbrook. My father used to throw us outside. Where? Go out, you are friends. Go outside, no, we do inside the house. You could have sit down in the house, play on thing when we were small. No, all you all know this. Come back when the street lights come on. Parents say know where you are, but they know you're safe. Look at what the country become. I have children, and I don't let them out my sight. Every parent here know that. I walk home from St. Mary's College
to O'Connor Street every day, rain or shine. When my son was in St. Mary's College, my car was the first car in the school to pick him up. That's the difference. It is a failed nation. The elders are not safe. The children are not safe. You are not safe. They are playing games with us. They are talking a big talk, but playing games with us. The Police Service Commission and everything surrounding it, and all of them. Last night I listened to a voice note from Watchman Wade Hay, that's his name, was it? I listened to a long voice note from Watchman. Our police commissioner, every single person whose name now is attached to the job for police commissioner is now in open odium and disrepute. They've embarrassed themselves. They've embarrassed the system. Gary said the system corrupt. Prime Minister and the President corrupted. That is a big thing. Gary said the Prime Minister hand him $45 million and tell him bring foreign lawyers and lock up with political opponents. That ain't so bad. I don't understand that. I don't understand how that is not the biggest thing we as a country ever face politically. But look at our justice system. Look at law enforcement. What's the percentage? 3% of crimes committed, 3% of the crimes are solved. 3%. Of those 3%, what happens to them? What? You are not safe. You are not safe. You are not safe. And that is a big problem because that's the government work. And if you can't keep the people safe, fire yourself. McDonald Jacob is saying we are not ready to discuss state of emergency at this time. You can't discuss state of emergency at all. State of emergency is not a policing tool. A policing tool is secure the hotspots. A policing tool is stop the flow of guns from coming into the country. Even if customs let them through the port, you be outside the port and hold them. A police work. That's a police plan. Port of Spain, San Fernando, Chaguanas, Eastern Main Road, all of the bright parts of the country, every corner, you should forever, always see police. Always. That's how it's done. That is what New York City did to move themselves from the murder capital of the world to, for a while there, the tourist capital of the world, but it's still in the top 5, New York City. And they were the murder capital of the world. All those comics, Marvel comics and X-Men and Spider-Man and Iron Man and Batman, Gotham and Metropolis and all that bacchanal is New York. It's New York. New York was the murder capital of the world. And what they did was they made their police visible in the community. So that the police officers in the community got to know the people in the community and were responsive because they knew who didn't belong, who was new. So in case something went down, they knew where to begin. They wasn't starting from inside a station, waiting to find a car. None of that. They're on the ground. We have no policing. None. That's the problem. And you can't tell me that the policing we need is just on the ground in a country that is as corrupt as Trinidad and Tobago is. When we write the Director of Public Prosecutions and ask him to investigate the allegations that former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith made, that a Prime Minister gave him $45 million to go and arrest political opponents, the DPP should have responded immediately. And the police should have been given a mandate to investigate that. Because you cannot live safely in a country where your politics is not safe. There are plenty of people who would have liked to come and speak on this platform tonight, but they are afraid. And the people who do stand up and speak, that is why they are my heroes. That takes courage. You know how much talk you had to get? Iowa George tell me, he said, I'll bring you on a show and I get the highest numbers I ever get. And I can't bring you back on my station because they tell me I ain't going to get no government advertising. That is misbehavior in public office. Who do I report it to? Who? You. That's who. You, the citizens of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, in your growing numbers, you are the people that we are supposed to report it to. You are the ones to hold them to account. It is up to you. And all of you who watch this on social media, who hear this, we work hard. Robert said it, and I appreciate him saying it. This team, and it's not just, I could no longer count or call the names because I will forget people. But we have shadow MPs on the ground, quietly working in their communities. The sabotage, man. Conspiracy. Philip will fix it became Pep will fix it. That's what's going on. And people in their communities know that there are people they could turn to. But the voter, the taxpayer, they have made a mockery of you for 60 years. Yesterday, was it yesterday morning or this morning, they had Juve in San Fernando. Give them Juve every day. That's what the Romans teach them. The Romans say, get them bread and circuses and they will never riot. Trinidadians have to stop being so easily misled. When Columbus land, they throw some shiny thing on the ground and we go on with that. We can't be so easily fooled. It can't be. It can't be that we don't understand our power. When people tell you that they know this is wrong, but the Constitution does not allow it, you are the Constitution. You have the power to change every letter and every word in that document if you wanted. The entire Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago starts off, whereas we the people. It's us. We've forgotten that. We've forgotten that every single thing that exists in this country exists because a law was written to facilitate it. But that law is subservient to the Constitution. And I don't want to bore you with the details, but suffice it to say that Robert spoke about referendum. A referendum instructs the Parliament. A referendum is a vote. You get to say, I want this done. That's what a referendum is. That is important. There are three things that our Constitution lacks: referendum, fixed election date, and the right to recall and fire. Being able to fire your member of parliament for non-performance will get your members of parliament performing. We need that law. The Progressive Empowerment Party tells you, if you want us to serve and you put us in office, on our first day, we will convene the parliament and write and pass a recall law on the first day. You know what that means? 100 days from then, you could fire us. It is time to put the power back in the hands of the people who own this country. And the way to do that, you see the PNM, neither the PNM nor the UNC have any interest in fixing these things. They will tell you, stick the finger in each other's eye, pull each other's hair, kick, cuff, talk about who drinking and who horning. How is that helping you? How? How is that putting food in your children's belly? How? The elders in this society slam face first into the reality of our economy when they end up with no income and they realize what life really costs now. Medicine for the elders is a sharp incline. You find yourself at a point where you spend a large sum of your money on medicine just to get through the day. People who talk about it, we have a lot of pride. Trinidadians don't talk about the truth. We don't tell people, we catching we aunt, uncle and nenen. We catching it. The whole day is a hustle. The whole day is sufferation. The whole day is bracing bad news, reacting to bad news. The whole day, nighttime, is for sleep and worry and prayers. Trinidad is not a nice place to live right now. We have to be drunk and high to just get through. That is why we drink so much. That is why there's use so much drugs in Trinidad. People need medicating. There is a way forward. There is a way forward. We've broken it down. We didn't just write a manifesto. We've broken it down, and people say the one thing they love about this party is that they, for the first time, they understand how things work. They understand. They understand how the parliament works. They understand how the public service works, how the army works. But they understand things like education and budgets and local government. When we tell you that flooding is deliberate, you have to know that. You can't be having the same flood 50 years now and it not be deliberate. You can't be having the same flood 50 years now, and but for some box drain, nobody has tried to deal with the issue. It is an insanity that we've designed a water system that catches the bounty of rain we get in the hills and throws it in the sea. That is our water management policy as a country. That's why we have no water. 6 months out of the year is rain and flood, and 6 months is drought. That's why we have no water. The insanity of a country where WASA tell you, not enough rain, no water. Too much rain, no water. They don't know what they're doing. But it is deliberate. Because we are spending, as a nation, billions of dollars every year mitigating the failure of WASA to put water in our taps, and we still paying the water bill. We paying a water bill for water we don't get. We pay for water trucks to come and put water in tanks that we buy. We pay a light bill for a water pump. That water pump just pull a lot of current. We buy bottled water because the water in the taps these days, it ain't tasting too nice. And all of that all of that could fix. Our policy is called capture, hold, treat, distribute. It sounds amazing. That is a massive piece of science that the Romans and the Mesopotamians and the Persians was doing 2,000 years ago. India had something called Star Park. There are 2 water tanks, 15,000 gallons each, that stand on their own. About policies, and showed you that there is a way to fix everything that is wrong in this country. You will never vote PNM and UNC again. Our education system treats our country, our people, our children with contempt. The SCA is the #1 cause of mental illness in this country. The SCA needs to be abolished yesterday. When schools close, they have no traffic. What I tell you? It is school traffic. If you made every single school in this country prestige schools, because I asked, if Fatima and Mokorapo are part of the same Ministry of Education, get the same funding, operating under the same curriculum, why is one a prestige school and one a failed school? That don't make sense. If I took all the children from Mokorapo, put them in Fatima, and all the children from Fatima and put them in Mokorapo, who would fail? Who would succeed? Trinidadians need to understand, we cannot continue to accept from these office holders games, brinksmanship, confusion, bacchanal jokes, and old talk. We must ask, when you stand up to say that this is how it is going to work, it must make sense. The education system that will make sense for this country is 10-year schools zoned in your community and a grade point average test every year so that we will know how the children doing, how the teachers doing, and how the schools doing. That'll solve that problem. And we'll have no traffic. There is a way to fix everything. And Shan Ishmael did a video talking about the 250,000 people. We've been talking about this for decades. You are supposed to decentralize to the center of this island. 250,000 people drive into Port of Spain and out of Port of Spain every day is insanity. We've allowed it to happen. We need to do better. And the way to do better is all of us coming together and standing together and being courageous like these people and standing up and adding your voice and voting yourself a better country. That's the way forward for Trinidad and Tobago. And this was supposed to be our last meeting for 2022, but I just learned that in 2 weeks' time, we will be in San Fernando. We will be doing another bigger, better version of this. So we're going and we're growing and we're coming in every community in Trinidad and Tobago. You will hear more from Robert and more from Anthony, and they have other people to speak after me. But if I say this to you, and I say this to you with every belief that I have, we could fix everything in this country if we stop the foolishness of being divided by race, and the people who don't involve themselves in politics, who say they're not into politics, politics into you. The value of the money, your light bill, the cost of food, the condition of the roads, the crime, all that is politics. If you're not into politics, politics will destroy you. We need all of us, 1.4 million of us, standing together as one people under one flag. We need to stand up and make sure that the people we hire and we vote them into office, we're not voting them into power. You there as servants of the people, and you must deliver. And if you don't, we will fire you. That will fix the problem. Thank you very much.
One people under one flag. It's time for change. It's time we vote in PEP. Come on, let me fix it. We go fix it. Build a better TNT. Build a we go fix it. We go fix it. Because we vote in PEP.
So let me fix it.
Vote PEP. This is a call to the nation. One by one, let's do it together. Let's be the change we want to see. Standing strong to any weather. Follow the light of the PEP. Cause we could build a better place for every creed and every race. Together we could triumph over any future for our children. So one by one, two by two, PPEP will care for you. Bit by bit, let's build a better TNT. So come on, let me fix it. We go fix it. Build a better TNT. Build a we go fix it. We go fix it. Because we vote in PEP. Come on, let me fix it. We go fix it. It's time for a change indeed. Build a we go fix it. We go fix it. Because we vote in PEP. So one by one, two by two, PPEP, we're here for you. Bit by bit,